Coming up on Volusia Magazine, we go off-grid in Barberville. Check out our newest library and visit a school to help you with your floss moves. Those stories and more coming up next. Hello and welcome to Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Osmond. Dental hygienists from the Volusia County Health Department are visiting pre-K classrooms across the county. They're hoping to get young students started on the right track to a lifetime of good oral health. Dr. Holly Smith takes us to the voluntary pre-kindergarten program in Daytona Beach for a look at the team in action.
I never been to the dentist in the classroom.
Well, Walter, you can't say that anymore. This 5-year-old and his pre-kindergarten classmates recently got a visit from the Tooth Fairy and a couple of her dental hygienist friends.
Right. Everybody knows about the string? Yeah. Right?
These pre-kindergarten kids are students in a program at Atlantic High School. Busy parents often have trouble finding the time or the money to get their child to the dentist.
The Florida Department of Health recognized that barrier to dental care a few years back, and they have been growing their school-based teams ever since. Throughout the school year, those teams visit Volusia County's public schools, and then in the summer, this year, they are visiting 9 summer camps at YMCAs and community centers, and they are also visiting daycares.
When the team visits pre-K classes and daycares, they are working with very small people with very small teeth. They have not gotten their permanent teeth yet, and that's exactly why the health department is looking for opportunities to get them into a dental chair.
Baby teeth are the foundation of the good oral health care. So if we can teach the children what to eat, what not to eat, how to brush, why you need to take care of your teeth starting at a young age, it's going to carry through.
We are toothbrushing coaches, so we know exactly which area you're missing, so we can tell you which area to slow down on. Is that awesome or what? Right? Yes.
The visit begins with some dental education, and who better to do that than the Tooth Fairy? She shows the kids how to brush their teeth and how often to brush. Flossing also is in the day's curriculum.
And we talk about nutritional counseling, what to eat, try to drink more water, try to avoid juice unless it's with a meal, a lot of sugar in juice. So we try to avoid that.
All right, boys and girls, we're going to get started, and we're going to have everybody come over, and we're going to look at your beautiful teeth.
The students head over to the dental chair. That's where a hygienist assesses the teeth and gives them a cleaning if needed. Fluoride treatments also are provided. Each child gets a note for their parent to let them know what the dental team found. All this comes at no charge to the parent or guardian. Now, if a student has not seen a dentist yet in their young life, the department only provides one cleaning before they must see a dentist. It is all about starting these kids out on the path to good oral health. So what is the most popular problem these hygienists see?
It's usually something they're drinking that's causing some decay, and it's juice. Juice is a big thing with kids, because I think parents feel it's a healthy alternative. Given something, they're going to get some vitamins, but unfortunately most juice is as much sugar as soda. So that's why we're trying to get kids just to drink some more water during the day.
Greenlaw says a lot of parents are concerned that their child may be frightened by seeing the dentist in school. This team goes out of their way to make this a positive experience. There are no shots. The kids get to wear very cool shades while they're in the chair, and there are plenty of smiles to go around. So what did the kids take away from the experience?
I got toothpaste on a toothbrush, then they put on my teeth, and it tastes like watermelon. Brush slowly for that toothbrush. Don't go here. I brush my teeth
And if you ask Daxton how many times a day he's supposed to brush those pearly whites and his cute little tongue, he'll tell you. Wait for it.
2.
Way to go, Daxton. About half of Daxton's classmates signed up for these no-cost services. Greenlaw says that participation rate is about average for the program.
Some children already have a dentist, so we're just trying to target any child in the elementary schools in Volusia County that would like to have these services.
The school principals have been very receptive to this unique opportunity. The teams can see somewhere between 35 and 50 students a day. It's that kind of reception that has this program growing.
This year we've added 7 additional schools, we've added 7 daycares to our program, and we've added, I think it's 8 summer camps that we're going to be visiting this summer over last year. So we've grown quite a bit even just this year, and we are going to keep expanding.
If you would like your child to participate in the school-based dental sealant program, here's what you need to know. When the school year starts to ramp up again in August, look for this. It will be sent home with your student. All you have to do is fill it out and return it to the teacher. If you don't get a form, you can go online for more information and a schedule of school stops. The address is volusiahealth.com/dental. For the Florida Department of Health right here in Volusia County, I'm Dr. Holly Smith.
Have a child entering kindergarten or 7th grade? They will need proof of updated immunizations before they can return to school in August. The Volusia County Health Department is offering immunizations throughout the summer at its locations in Daytona Beach, New Smyrna Beach, and Orange City. Appointments are not needed for immunizations. For more information, please visit volusiahealth.com/shots.
Volusia.org is your online county government resource. View the County Council agenda and meeting calendar, as well as review past meeting minutes and archived video and audio. Save time and bypass the lines by going online to register your car or boat, pay a bill, and much more. Plus, you can use the site to discover activities, workshops, and ways to become involved with your community. Volusia.org is your portal to everything Volusia County. Libraries are a vital cornerstone to a vibrant community. Volusia County cut the ribbon on its newest library branch in Daytona Beach. Pat Kewen was there to check out all its offerings.
Hope springs eternal on Wright Street in Daytona Beach, where Volusia County recently opened its 14th public library. This library serves the neighborhood as well as families at the adjacent Hope Place facility. Let's take a look inside. The library's collection includes the usual library fare, lots of books, movies, magazines, and newspapers. But this small library is a giant in technology, providing free Wi-Fi and 14 public access computers.
Well, we're very excited that the library is now open, and we're really starting to get to know the folks that live in the neighborhood that will be our regular patrons. Many of them have been going to other libraries, so they are library users. However, now they have one close to their backyard, and will be able to walk to the library or stay closer to home to use the library services. This summer and throughout the year, we'll have a variety of set programs throughout the week in the library. And, we have for the preschoolers right up into teens, and really programs dedicated to them that would interest them. There are some that are STREAM, which is science, technology, reading, arts, and math, and a lot of craft programs and just a lot of literacy-based reading type programs for the kids.
The Volusia County Council recently joined community members in celebrating the opening of Hope Place Public Library with a special ribbon-cutting ceremony.
And now, for those that are in residence here and those in the community, we have this nice new library.
All of our libraries are important cornerstones of their communities, and they give the opportunity to learn new skills, to find jobs, explore consumer research, experience new ideas, and get lost in wonderful stories. They also provide a place for people to gather. Did you know that more than 2 million people visited our library branches in this past year? So that's incredible, and I think that deserves a round of applause.
Hope Place Public Library is now open for business Monday through Saturday. Stop by to check out Volusia County's newest house of knowledge and imagination. It's a trip to faraway places and a lifeline to the world and all the information in it. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Pat Kewen.
The Volusia County Council meets on the second floor of the Thomas C. Kelly Administration Center, located at 123 West Indiana Avenue in DeLand. Public participation begins at 9:30 a.m. and the meeting agenda starts at 10 a.m. A live video stream is available at volusia.org/audio, and agendas are posted at volusia.org/agenda. Future meeting dates are available online at volusia.org.
This is where the judicial system works its magic. The building was completed in 1929 at the huge cost of $500,000. It was described at that time as the most beautiful administration building in the South. It has hosted thousands of court trials until 2001, when the new courthouse was built on Alabama Avenue. And today, the courthouse is home to several county departments and does host several trials each year. In 1987, the courthouse was listed on the National Register of Historic Places as part of the Downtown DeLand Historic District. And in 2005, Volusia County completed a lengthy restoration project restoring the popular landmark to its previous glory.
When minutes and even seconds count, EMS is the vital link to provide emergency care, but it goes beyond a ride to the hospital. Kevin Captain explains how Volusia County EMS continues to evolve to meet the medical needs of our community's residents and guests.
Emergency medical services has a rich history. The beginning of using motor vehicles date back to the early World Wars, where patients were transported in hearses operated by funeral homes. EMS's development as a formal profession began when President Lyndon Johnson received the Neglected Disease of Modern Society report in 1966, describing that accidental injuries were the leading cause of death in the first half of the human lifespan. That report gave rise to a set of pre-hospital recommendations known as the White Paper, which led to the first emergency medical technician, or EMT, curriculum in 1969. It was only a few years later in 1972 when Beacon Ambulance, a private company, began providing EMS services to Volusia County using the chassis of a station wagon. Later in 1981, the county's EMS services were transferred to the independently operated Emergency Medical Service Foundation, who delivered services under the name EVAC Ambulance. In 2011, EVAC Ambulance was assumed by Volusia County's Department of Public Protection, operating under the same EVAC name. Today, however, a rebranding campaign filled with positive change is evolving, and Interim Director Jim Judge, along with his entire team, is helping to transform this vital public service into Volusia County EMS.
The rebranding campaign is mostly, I think, internal, because we want change. We want to make things better. We want to up our game in emergency medical services, and I think as a part of that, there's new opportunities, new ideas, and with that, putting a new name on the side of the vehicles and on the uniforms. So Volusia County Emergency Medical Services is our new name. So EVAC, Beacon, the funeral homes, those are all in the past. So what's now and what's in the future is Volusia County Emergency Medical Services. So same great people, but we're upgrading our equipment, we're upgrading our customer service and our training and all aspects of the organization.
With Volusia County's steadily growing population and its high volume of tourism, there is an appreciable need for public protection resources. particularly with EMS.
We have different events throughout Volusia County. We have holidays that bring in a lot of tourists to our beaches. We have Biketoberfest, Bike Week. We have the Daytona 500, the Coke Zero 400. So there's always a lot of things going on, and we don't maintain the minimum staffing. We bring in extra units to be able to handle the call load. But then also it's a matter of keeping up with the growth in Volusia County. No matter where you go in the county, you see new buildings, new construction underway. So we've got to maintain our growth in order to keep up with the community's growth so that we continue to meet the needs of the community for medical emergencies, but then also standing by at events. You know, whether it's a community event, a half marathon, 5K, we want to be there. So if something does happen, we're there to provide that immediate medical attention.
Working in EMS is a rewarding career, and it involves much more than working in the back of an ambulance. The EMS profession includes 911 telecommunicators, ambulance service technicians, and medical aviation providers. EMS also works in tandem with fire rescue and law enforcement personnel. It takes a whole team, and every patient encounter is different. Pre-hospital providers have the opportunity to make a profound difference in a person's life when they need it most. Paramedic Kelly Jackson shares what it's like to work for Volusia County EMS.
It's a very unique career. Being back in this mobile emergency room, basically, we have everything life-saving back in this unit. Everything that you can see in that emergency room, those life-saving moments, we can do back in this unit to get you to a facility for definitive care. But what we do makes the outcome of the patient, whether we're doing life-saving efforts of giving them medication or breathing for them. The truck now is so spacious. It has a lot of room that I can get around. I can stand. I'm tall. I'm 5'9", so I can stand without hitting my head, which is an improvement from the past. You can just reach all the cabinets. They're still accessible with all of our stuff. We're able to do basically everything in this little room that they do in that hospital room to just give life-saving efforts.
While excitedly learning about Volusia County EMS and some of their new ambulances, we asked Mr. Judge, what is it that Volusia County EMS does not want to change?
Well, I think the best thing that we have and any organization has is our people. And that's one thing we don't want to change. Our people, it doesn't matter what equipment you have, it doesn't matter what the facilities you have, what kind of equipment you carry. The bottom line is the people, and we've got some of the best people I've ever worked with.
Volusia County Emergency Medical Services is making our community safer by responding to the emergency medical needs of our community. With over 200 people on their staff and responding to over 200 calls a day, they're making Volusia County a safer place to live, to work, and to play. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Kevin Captain.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Recently, the Extension Office held a town hall meeting for residents and landowners to discuss the growing problem with feral hogs and what to do if you encounter them on your property. Volusia County Extension Director Cheryl Gamble takes a closer look at this exploding problem.
I'm Sharon Gamble, and welcome to Solutions for Your Life. Today we're talking about feral hogs, and right now we're standing in the southwest corner of Volusia County, but we could be standing in really any part of Volusia County right now because feral hogs are all over the county. Right down this road behind me, you'll see a lot of damage that was done probably last night, maybe the night before, by just a very few hogs, maybe one, maybe two, and they can come through an area very quickly and uproot and disturb the native vegetation. There's been reported damage of lots of damage on golf courses, forested areas, people's backyards, front yards. They've been seen walking down the streets before. And feral hogs know no boundaries. So while right now we happen to be out in what people would consider to be the woods, they could be in your backyard tomorrow.
They'll move on to a piece of property overnight. They're there for sometimes a few days, sometimes they'll stay longer, and then they'll move on. You may not see them again for 6 months to a year.
What you don't realize right now is we're very close to I-4 and we're very close to the land. And so while people want to think this might be a rural problem, it could become an urban problem very quickly. Hogs put their nose into the ground and they start to walk, and they're looking for bugs and insects, anything at all that they can eat. They're omnivores. They eat all sorts of things, roots. And so if you've got chinch bugs or bugs in your lawn, the hogs might come and help to relieve you of your bugs in your lawn. They will come through and they can destroy 3/4 of an acre easy overnight. While anybody in Volusia County is susceptible to the issue, the bigger issues right now tend to be where you have open areas where the hogs are living, and as they run out of food and they compete for space, and they will move into the urban areas.
Your home adjoins some wooded property beside you. You may wake up and find that you had a friend come in overnight and tear up part of the yard.
Dealing with the hog issue, it's an issue of national concern for wildlife managers, land managers.
In Volusia County, it's a pretty good problem. A lot of landowners witness when walking through the woods on their property, see a lot of hog damage, a lot of hog rooting, and it's concerning and disturbing to a lot of them as well.
We don't have a real good solution. We try to keep the populations in check. There's research being conducted to try and figure out how to stop some of the reproductivity of the hogs. They will start reproducing at the age of 6 months, and it's not unusual for them to have 6 to 11 in a litter, and they reproduce twice a year.
In case you don't know, they can breed with your farm pigs.
If you have had damage, what are you going to do? They will keep coming back. They will move on to another area, but the land managers say that every year they'll come back to the same area, almost by a calendar, because they know what's, food supplies are going to be there.
And they can also hurt wetlands.
People that are in agriculture and forestry, it's a big problem for us. It costs us a lot of money in replacing our crops, replacing trees.
With the Landowner Assistance Program, our primary goal is to provide technical and financial assistance to private landowners, essentially to help them manage their properties, give them guidance on how to get from point A to point B to manage their properties. And a lot of times wild hogs are a part of that equation.
Well, if you do have a problem, the question is what can you do? And the answer to that is probably you're going to have to call a professional trapper to come in and trap the hogs and remove them. Fish and Wildlife here in Florida is working diligently to try and monitor this hog population.
It's becoming a bigger issue, and we're trying to educate the public just because there are more and more wild hogs. They keep growing throughout the southeastern United States and the whole country for that matter.
Feral hogs can be dangerous. In general, if they see you, they typically want to go the other way and get away from you. Do not feed them. Do not think that they're cute, because they will adapt very quickly to coming back to you. And when you have a feral hog that's got offspring, they can become quite aggressive. The boars have tusks and they can be quite dangerous. They can be anywhere from 60 to 400 pounds, and they're very fast. Don't ever estimate how fast that they can move. They do carry diseases that can affect other wildlife and humans.
You can use dogs, you can hunt them at night with guns and lights, you don't need permits any longer. It's pretty much on the landowner to figure out a way to get rid of their pigs, and we've pretty much made it to where you can just about do anything you want other than poison.
If you need more information, contact us at the IFAS Volusia County Extension Office, and we'll be happy to try and answer your questions and provide you information regarding feral hogs. With Solutions for Your Life, I'm Sharon Gamble.
Hi, I'm Josh Wagner.
And I'm Billy Wheeler. During the planning stages of the Tomstead Veteran Memorial Bridge, people voiced their desire to have a Veterans Memorial Plaza on the northwest side of the bridge.
The Veterans Memorial Plaza will create a special place in our community for people to reflect and connect with our fallen heroes.
The proposed concept for the new Veterans Memorial Plaza is estimated to be a $1.2 million endeavor.
Your donation will help us create a special place in our community in which we can honor Volusia County veterans from all military branches and military conflicts. To help fund our Veterans Memorial Plaza, visit veteransmemorialbridge.com or call Volusia County Accounting at 386-736-5933.
We appreciate your support to create this lasting memorial for those who have served and continue to serve our country.
Discover the wonders of yesterday, today. Join us at Barberville's Historic Village Museum for a refreshing step away from technology and a blast from the past.
Established in 1976 by a group of school teachers, the Barberville Pioneer Settlement has been preserving the pioneer spirit for over 40 years. The settlement showcases 18 historical structures and about 10,000 artifacts.
When people come for just a regular day, we have a self-guided tour that's available, and we have a brochure that they get when they come in that they can do their own tour, walk through, take their time, look at the structures, read in the brochure about how we acquired them and the historical significance of them. And then we also have field trips where a lot of kids from all over Central Florida come here on field trips, and they get to experience more of a living history demonstration.
During field trips, children learn about the settlement through hands-on programming. Programs include candle making, weaving on a loom, and even making hand-shaken butter. On-site demonstrators also allow scheduled tour guests and field trip groups to experience woodworking, blacksmithery, and wool spinning on an antique spinning wheel. In order for visitors outside of the school system to get the full experience, Wes recommends a guided tour. One of the interesting features of the settlement is the mini farm.
We have a kind of a mini farm, which we also use in our programs. We teach kids that eggs don't come out of a carton and meat doesn't come out of a package. We have 5 goats. We have a miniature burro, a mule, a goose, peacocks, chickens.
The settlement also hosts numerous events throughout the year. For more information on upcoming events, facility hours, and pricing, visit pioneersettlement.org. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Kate Sark.
Stay connected with the latest Volusia County news, events, and updates on our social media channels. Like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Catch up with previous stories on YouTube, or just head over to our website, volusia.org. That wraps up this edition of Volusia Magazine. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. If you have any questions about the show, you can feel free to give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today. That's Volusia County Government's weekly public radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Osmond. Have a wonderful evening.